Simlish is a thing?
Yeah, that's the language of The Sims.
I didn't know that.
Oh, but it's a
Yeah, I didn't know it had a name though.
But there's actually...
We should do the whole video in Simlish. It'll be great.
I read an interview...
I quit.
That's
Quit LoadingReadyRun.
That's what the stinger should
I'm
be.
done.
It should be like two of them having a conversation in Simlish.
Simlish.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I think definitely doing it on green screen is going to be more likely to work. I was watching the trailer for it. You know, SimCity coming up on 8 years ago.
Yeah, I know that. The second one comes out pretty soon, doesn't it?
This year.
Yeah.
So finally, the idea I had like 6 years ago is relevant.
Yeah.
There's a SimCity game and SimCity 2. I wrote an intro monologue, sort of like a film noir intro, using the kind of like the server cutoff as like the initial thing, like we talked about.
Okay.
Where it's like no one knows what's going on, but we've been cut off from the outside world. No one gets in or out, but the city still needs my help, kind of thing, because it's from the point of view of the mayor.
Yeah.
So then basically it's just because you guys were watching, right? You saw like all the different advisors.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like the advisor, like some of the advisors need to come in and be like, holy crap.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to do like straight up a joke about the style, but I thought it could be funny for like the zoning advisor to come in with his hard hat, which is then yellow.
Yeah.
Right? And then for the mayor to be like, come on, you're inside, take your take your hat off. And he takes his hat off and takes off his coat, and under his coat he has a high visibility vest that's also then bright yellow.
Great, nice.
And he's like, oh, sorry. Is that better?
It's like, what are things that are weird about SimCity, or that are weird about a city in SimCity?
I don't know if this is necessarily weird about like the cities themselves, but every time I see someone playing, and granted I haven't played it myself because I haven't had the chance, but every time I see someone playing, without fail, there'll be one point where they're like, all right, I'm gonna build this thing next. What's that? Oh, there's this problem? Okay, well, all right, I'll fix that. But then I'm gonna, what? Sewage? Okay, well, that's important. All right, I will sewage. Then I'm gonna build a casino or a nuclear plant.
It's probably actually pretty accurate to a mayor's.
It probably is.
I like the one we just watched. I quite like because he had spent a whole bunch of time working up to building a university, and so he goes, boom, builds a university, and there's like this like ripple of like everybody happy.
Yeah.
Like happy. But the university still has like a power. Like it doesn't actually have power.
Yeah.
Because he just hasn't built that part yet.
Yeah.
So it's like, yay, we have a university that doesn't have any power or water or sewage.
I want to do something about like the high school complaining that they want a gymnasium when they don't even have like running water. It's like, we need a gym. Why? For our students to exercise. Do you have like running water yet? Well, no, but then shut the fuck up. I was watching a guy stream last night, and if you go into, you can go into like the display settings, and there's like different sort of display styles, and one of them buried in there is just like straight up like SimCity mode.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like everything's black and white with occasional touches of red. So I was like, oh my god, it's perfect. I know, more bus stops. God damn it, transit.
Is that all you ever talk about?
They're important.
Like bus stops are
The
important.
buses have nowhere to stop. They just drive around in circles.
They drive around.
It makes people very upset.
The bus drivers are very tired.
Bus drivers are very tired.
And that one guy who managed to get on a bus is very angry.
Yeah.
He would like to get off.
Yeah, he got on the bus yesterday and he's still on it.
Not even yet, more like
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, he got on the bus 2 weeks ago.
Because there's a giant white dotted line on the ground and they're not allowed to build on the other side of that giant white dotted line.
Yeah.
It's like, no, we can't build over there.
It's like, we'll just build further east. We can't. What? We can't go further east.
Look at how beautiful the
Yeah.
ground is over there. No, we can't. Fine. Look, the dotted line is right there. We can't build past that line.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, people coming in and out is, I mean, there's less opportunity for conversation, but that is sort of more in
It's
keeping
Sort of
with
like
the game.
emergencies.
Yeah, exactly.
coming in.
And then maybe like towards the end of the video, everybody's in there.
All like yelling about different things.
Yeah, and everybody's like, but my thing, my private pet peeve.
So the transit guy can be like, sir, we need more bus stops. What? No.
It's like, I'm dealing with a crisis
dealing with
here.
a crisis. Get out of here.
What about like the actual?
And then they come in later, and they come in again later, and they're like, "Sir, seriously, more bus stops."
Need them bus stops.
Yeah, and then they come the third time, like, "I know what to do. More bus stops. It's the only thing you care about. It's important."
What if it's the
buses
mayor?
have nowhere to stop?
What if it's the mayor sitting at his desk and you actually have the HUD and the person actually shows up in the bottom corner like the game, like the actual person shows up down there and has a conversation with him, like he's calling in sort of thing. I don't know if that would work, but that's how that actually. That's actually how because with the game the consultant shows up in that bottom corner, right?
Yeah. I don't know. That'd be weird because then it's like, who's the mayor talking to? If he's shown, we could do it as like a totally in-game thing. That wouldn't need the like we could do it as a thing that wouldn't need actually the SimCity that wouldn't need the SimCity aesthetic at all.
Right.
Just drop that completely and do just like actual gameplay, but green screen us in as the advisors that just pop up at the bottom and start
Yeah.
arguing, and then like more we could do it so that more than one of them come up, and then they just start bickering in the bottom corner.
Yeah.
Then the mayor can't really respond to anything then, though, because then the mayor is the player.
Yeah.
You could make a HUD that goes around the outside, and instead, you know how all the screeners put themselves in the bottom left-hand corner. You could have you could have mayor in the bottom left-hand corner, and be like, it's a beautiful day over West Grahamsburg or whatever, right?
Butthead.
And then all the advisors start coming in from the left-hand side of the screen like they do and stuff like that, and you can see there's all this disaster stuff happening in the background with actual SimCity, and that's what's green screen in the background is like all these things flashing. But then you're really reliant on actually making this happen in the game, which could be really tricky.
Yeah, I think it's probably going to be a lot easier actually to do the SimCity thing, even though it needs more green screen stuff.
But the thing is, none of the jokes we've written are SimCity jokes. They're just SimCity jokes.
Yeah, which is fine. We can tweak them a bit, but the idea, it was just meant
I think
to be...
it's actually funnier if it's just about running your SimCity. I think the SimCity is a weird extra leap that I don't actually think adds anything to this.
The word.
It is now.
I guess you could have it from the point of view that the mayor is trying to make this into a film noir thing, and all these people keep bursting in with regular issues.
What if it's a guy sitting at his computer who's getting really into it, and the little guys at the bottom start talking to him?
Just like, hey. Hey, buddy.
And then like his mom calls him for dinner and is like, man, I need to stop taking acid when I play this game.
I need some sleep.
Yeah. Like it's whether or not we want to focus entirely on SimCity or try to work in the...
Yeah, it does seem like if it's gonna be like if it's the SimCity thing, there needs to be, I guess there would need to be like a bunch of stuff with like SimCity type stuff in there,
Like brothels and crime syndicates and stuff.
Yeah, like I think maybe making the problems still SimCity, like SimCity problems, but the problems plaguing SimCity.
So like talking about like zoning.
So
Like,
zoning issues for brothels and like
zoning,
dirty cops.
We've zoned this street for strip clubs. We've zoned this street for casinos.
So then I mean then it becomes more.
And then having I like
dirty
police
cops.
corruption. Yeah, police corruption. So maybe like
But you have like there's like an advisor responsible for police corruption.
Well, just like maybe you're talking. Well, like theoretically,
You could say that, be like, as the advisor responsible for police corruption, your cops are too good.
Yeah, I like the higher concept idea of the SimCity though. Like, I don't know, just doing a straight up SimCity video seems not as.
Even if you are not familiar with the movie, it would be pretty obvious what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
I think the SimCity thing has to be sort of like a standalone glimpse into the life of the city, and there's no player interaction.
Mm-hmm.
If we're going to do it just plain, if it's going to be a straight SimCity video, then we have a player talking to his computer standing in for the mayor.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't think the two work.
That's true. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I think you're right.
I I think it'd be really funny to have like the exchange of like, we need to change the zoning on Fifth Avenue from low density strip clubs to medium density strip clubs. You're right.
Like, how do we work in the cut off from other city thing?
I
Because I don't know if that
needs to be
really
in there
that
then.
doesn't need to really be in there anymore. Because
No,
I think
that can be like a side reference. Like it can come up, but it doesn't need to be like the hook.
yeah, that doesn't need to be
I do like the like, well, expand further east. We can't go further east.
Yeah,
Why
yeah.
not? There's a whole field there. We can't go further east.
Yeah.
just that. Like, not even like there's a giant dotted line, but just we can't.
We can't build that dotted line. Why? Because that's where we dump the bodies.
Every-
Nobody wants to be there.
Everybody knows east of town is a mass grave.
Like,
Well, no, they're dumping them in the sewage treatment plants,
oh, okay.
which is why they're getting backed up.
Yeah, which is why they need another bigger sewage treatment plant. Look, we need.
So couldn't we just have less snitches?
Yeah, it's like, could we maybe kill less people? Please.
Minister in charge of snitches.
Two, like, I think 3 is a good number for advisors, right? Like, more than that is too many. So you have 2 advisors who are like just completely silly and stupid and wouldn't exist in real life, but then 1 city planner,
And
like the advisor of strip clubs, the advisor of police corruption, and then like there's a bunch of others, and then there's the one guy who sort of oversees everything else in the
Yeah.
city: transportation,
'Cause
water,
nobody cares.
sewage, electricity, education, and he's just haggard looking. He's just like the tiredest man in the world. Should the city guy come in?
Cool.
Like, maybe it's just like he's just sort of sitting there for the first couple lines of dialogue between the 2 complete idiotic people and the mayor.
Yeah, there's
and then
no-
he just pops in being like, guys. It's like,
It'd be like trying to like compromise. It's like, how about we build some new medium density strip clubs and then we can use them as schools during the day.
yeah, yeah, exactly. The champagne room could be the kindergarten.
Like, what? And cancel the early bird special?
Oh.
The cancel the breakfast buffet.
Lowest reported crime.
Yeah, we have the lowest reported crime rate. Isn't that right, Minister of Corrupt Cops? It's true.
Hey, we fixed a problem all in a day's work. They fixed a problem in a very corrupt way. All in a day's work. Dude shows up. Let's have a drink, right? And he pours it around. The other guy just is kind of like, no.
Water.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the other guy just like, if you'll excuse me, and he gets up and he just leaves the room because he's had it at that point, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, because everyone needs to have that moment of they're all clinking glasses and enjoying themselves.
Tap water for everyone.
Well, maybe so. Like the guy who went out to get tap water could come back in with news, right?
Police, hospitals, fire.
Ooh, how about hospitals?
Back out of surgeons.
Organ harvesting?
Ooh, organ harvesting.
Ooh, yeah, black market. Organs.
Maybe that's the news the guy is coming back in with.
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
the hospital's open.
Mm-hmm.
And it's
like our new hospitals.
the city guy gets really excited.
It's like, yeah.
It's like, yes, finally, proper medical attention can be given to the
Sick and dying.
the citizens of the city. It's just like
Sick and dying. We don't
Sick
want
and-
sick and dying.
sick
They
and
don't have
dying.
good
Yeah,
organs.
sick and dying. they have terrible organs. What? It's an organ harvesting hospital.
And giving them a chance.
Oh, so it's just like narration over them celebrating.
Ooh, yeah, definitely.
You're gonna have some like 1920s muted trumpet music in the background.
You can probably use Bradley's music for 30 minutes or less. I tried. I'd given them a chance to
Right their wrongs.
Yeah, right their wrongs.
To see the error of their ways.
I'm going to use both of those because it's
Yeah.
And
to right their wrongs, to see the error of their ways.
Send in the giant lizard.
Yeah.
Click, and it's just that's it.
Yeah.
Cut to a lizard destroying a SimCity.
Oh, and then the gameplay footage of the actual lizard.
Just walking across whatever. Yeah.
We've touched on power, water, sewage,
Well, we
roads.
just need a reason why they don't care about.
I like
The buses. Yeah,
the
we don't
limo.
want to. I think we have enough things.
How about like the same people who are excited about the strip clubs have like a party bus.
Oh no, that's their solution. It's like, all right, we turn the buses that can't stop into party buses that nobody wants to get off.
Nice.
Mobile strip clubs.
Mobile strip clubs.
We turn dem buses
We
into.
turned them buses into all-night stripper party buses.
Bus has already got poles in them.
Just take out the seats. Nobody want to go home, or nobody want to get off.
It's me. Send in the giant lizard.
I like that.
Love it.
All right.
We're trying to figure out how to shoot this, like specifically the sort of angles that we want to do, because it's not a particularly action-packed sketch. It's just people talking. But we want to, use this as a chance to just do some more interesting angles and stuff to keep with the SimCity style. We'll have to figure out something that needs to be a spot color. Originally, I wanted to have the zoning guy come in with a yellow construction helmet, but he's not really in the video anymore, so gonna have to figure out, maybe someone has a red tie.
So the big end over, and then around, and through, and then you
Turn one
do
side.
that tight, and then around again, and then back up and through.
Oh, so you go around that side twice.
Yeah, you do it once to sort of like lock it in, and then once around for the
Oh,
nod,
okay.
and then.
Do we have like I feel like I should wear a hat. I don't know.
Welcome to another episode of Beej and Graham Use Scissors.
Well, we should put it around this, because if you roll it up, you're still going to have the arm guard around this part of your arm. That should probably suffice.
Darn, I totally thought they would have gone the whole way around.
Yeah, I was
Turns
hoping
out Paul's just far too buff.
I shall endeavor to note.
That should do it. They're about even, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
it
think
looks good.
one's a little bit thicker, but that's our fault.
I'm cutting tape. Talking in a high voice.
Please do that for the episode.
Getting into character. This is my character's voice. He's a southern lad.
Yeah, I like that you went for not only is it high, but it's also got a bit of an accent.
Got a little bit of
I was instructed that as Graham was leaving, he said, "Please cover these glasses in red tape."
He didn't say how though, so I
Nope.
mean, like we could be doing this completely wrong.
I can't wait till he gets back.
Yeah, he's like, that is not even close to what I meant.
So,
You're not my dad.
as you can see, I'm the assistant props master, and I'm actually not allowed to use scissors. 'cause
No, we ran into this problem last week.
LRR is not insured, so
No.
if I cut myself while making a prop, then I can sue them.
It's like Kanye West glasses.
Yeah, we should draw like slats in them. Like I can see my eyeballs. Yeah, it's fucked up. No, no, that's weird. It's weird. This is creepy.
James isn't having a great time.
No, I don't like this.
Taping down my glasses so they look super badass. We had James wearing these glasses, which look kind of like shutter shades now, but are actually covered in gaff tape to make them blue, specifically chroma blue, or at least close to chroma blue, so that I can key these differently. It's a trick that they actually did in the real SimCity, but they were using fluorescent tape and black lights to get the same effect, and hopefully we can do the same with just sort of chroma keying. And because I want to make them solid white, and the only way to make them solid white is to actually mask them differently from the rest of the mask, which is just the background. So basically I'm using the green screen to replace the background, and then two small blue screens to just replace whatever this is with just white, to hopefully get it to look like the cool kind of like Elijah Wood's glasses in the actual movie. And they look awesome by themselves. If I could see out of these, I would wear them.
You do look super cool. It's true.
And really, that's what's important.
And then you're just sort of idly to no one in particular. I'm gonna make it rain.
I'm gonna make it rain.
Is it like hands on hips or like
Yeah, I like.
or like cross?
No, I like hands on hips. I think that's a good
Sound?
It's a good silhouette.
And then I stand up?
Yeah. So the first part is like, all right, we'll dim the lights, and then you sort of like dim the lights and turn,
Okay.
and then on the other shot you'll finish the turn and be like, we'll save money by hiring ugly strippers.
Alright.
So I'm wearing a blue shirt and a brown vest, which probably is not good, but you can get away with a lot in black and white. We were just discussing how in old school movies, whenever someone's wearing white, they're actually wearing light green, because it's just the way the film worked. White didn't look like white on film. But my favorite trick that they did, there was one movie specifically where there was a special effect of someone aging, and she's sitting there and she like ages, just like there's this transformation. And the way they did it was genius. They did young makeup on her in red and old makeup on her in blue, I think, and then only lit her with the one color of light, so that only the one color of makeup really showed up, and then faded the lights from one color to the other, so that one color of makeup was visible and then transitioned to the other color of makeup being visible. And it's a really, really clever effect, which you can't do with color fill. You don't need to now, but
So we got a bunch of wigs. They were donated to us by our friend Manny, who has alopecia, which is maybe unfortunate for Manny, but really fortunate for us because she got rid of a bunch of wigs that she doesn't wear anymore because they're too conservative for her tastes, basically. But they're perfect for us trying to play characters that look like real people who aren't us, right? It's awesome. So normally it takes me like half an hour to like wrangle a wig into place and to brush it and a bunch of hair comes out. It never quite looks like right, and I'm fucking around with bobby pins and all that shit. This took me like 2 minutes. I pinned my hair back, put the wig on, adjusted it, brushed it out a little bit just to make sure that it was all straight and tidy and done. There's literally nothing else to do. And as a bonus, I look like a young Mallory Archer. I just need to visit the ladies' room.
I would say that went quite well, considering, we sort of discussed the concept yesterday, and then it went through a myriad of changes this morning, and then we shot it this afternoon, and it should be good stuff. And then tomorrow, we get to do the effects, and hopefully they will turn out okay. It's me. Send in the giant lizard.
Nice.
Oh God.